People don't know this, but bomba in Puerto Rico was born from something dangerous. It started as a weapon. When the first Africans were brought to Puerto Rico in the 1500s, they carried something more powerful than the Spanish ever expected, their drums. But these drums weren't just music, they were a language. Different rhythms sent different messages across plantations. One beat meant danger, another meant gather, another meant watch the overseer, another meant escape. Africans understood every code. The Spanish understood none of it. But once the Spanish realized the drums weren't entertainment, but communication, they panicked. They saw Africans gathering at night. They saw messages passing from one plantation to another. They recognized the power behind the rhythm. So, they responded with fear. They banned drumming. They restricted gatherings. They punished anyone who played. And they destroyed every drum they could find. But destroying the drums didn't destroy the culture. Africans rebuilt new drums in secret, using hollowed out wood, old rum barrels, animal skins, anything they could hide in plain sight. The Spanish didn't recognize the pieces, but Africans did, and they played them again, not boldly, but strategically. They played during storms when thunder covered the sound. They played far from plantation houses where the Spanish couldn't hear clearly. They played during festivals or Catholic celebrations where drums didn't look suspicious. They played only when it was safe, but they never stopped. Still, the Spanish were watching more closely now. So Africans had to change the way they communicated. And that's when something brilliant happened. They hid the messages inside dance. This new creation became bomba. To the Spanish, it looked harmless. Just slaves dancing. Just people having fun. But to Africans, it was still a code. The dancer became the signal. The drummer became the interpreter. Every step, every hip movement, every lift of the skirt carried meaning, warnings, messages, unity, all hidden in plain sight. And here's the part most people never hear. Africans also used bomba to mock the Spanish. They saw how the Spanish danced at their own parties, stiff, awkward, trying to look elegant, and Africans copied it in exaggerated, funny ways. What looked like celebration to the colonizers was actually resistance, comedy, and survival blended into one art form. This was bomba before anything mixed in, fully African, in rhythm, intention, communication, and spirit. But history wasn't done yet. As time passed, many Africans escaped plantations and fled into the mountains. There, they found surviving Taino communities. Taino women partnered with African men. Families blended, cultures fused, and eventually their music merged too. The Tainos brought maracas, guiros, ceremonial movements, and their own storytelling traditions. Africans kept the drums, the power, the coded rhythms, the spirit of rebellion. Together, they shaped bomba into the Afro-Taino Puerto Rican tradition we know today. A cultural mix born from unity, survival, and resistance under Spanish rule. So the next time you hear bomba, remember this. It began as a secret language. It survived destruction. It was rebuilt in the shadows. It danced messages the Spanish could not decode. It mocked the colonizers who thought they controlled everything. It blended African strength with Taino heritage. Bomba is not just music, it's the heartbeat of the ancestors. A sound the Spanish tried to silence, but Africa and Boriken refused to let die.